Welcome back to my YouTube channel, everyone, to another exciting episode where we dive deep into the hidden world of rare coins and unbelievable treasures that might be sitting quietly in your home, completely unnoticed, waiting to surprise you with life-changing value. And today's mind-blowing story revolves around the legendary 1988 D1-cent coin that has shocked collectors and auction houses across the world by reaching an astonishing value of $7 million due to the extraordinary combination of errors, mint mistakes, and unexpected possibilities that transformed a simple penny into a historic masterpiece worth more than luxury mansions, supercars, and entire investment portfolios. So stay connected and listen carefully, because this story might change how you look at every tiny coin in your pocket. And who knows, maybe you too have $1 million treasure waiting to be discovered. Because everyday collectors find coins that redefine the meaning of fortune, and this coin from 1988 D is among the rarest and most breathtaking discoveries ever recorded, shocking experts and numismatists who believe that almost everything about this penny makes it extraordinary and unbelievably valuable, starting from its unusual striking errors to the mysterious minting flaws and fascinating backstory that has made it one of the most sought-after coins on the planet, turning ordinary collectors into millionaires overnight. The 1988 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, known by the small letter D below the year. But what makes this coin different from ordinary pennies is the combination of multiple minting defects and rare mechanical mishaps that occurred during production, creating unique variations that should never have existed. And these variations are so rare that only a tiny number are believed to exist. Some experts say fewer than 5, maybe fewer than 3, which instantly transforms it into a priceless artifact that investors fight fiercely to own, paying record-breaking sums at auctions. And when these collectors discovered the first few pieces with the extraordinary errors, it caused an explosion in value, eventually pushing one specific specimen to a jaw-dropping sale of $7 million, stunning the entire coin industry. One of the most fascinating features that drives the enormous value of the 1988 D penny is the wrong design reverse error, where the reverse side of the coin carries the design intended for the 1989 penny, meaning the reverse used a different die that wasn't meant for 1988, making it a transitional error, one of the rarest categories in coin collecting, since the mint usually transitions designs smoothly. But in this case, the wrong die was used accidentally, leading to mismatched characteristics, such as the details of the Lincoln Memorial, the spacing of the lettering, and the shape and style of the letters AM in America, which appear closer or differently aligned than normal. And collectors around the world look for these distinguishing marks because they are proof that the coin is not just a normal penny but a once-in-a-lifetime mint mistake that escaped quality control. Imagine a massive national mint producing billions of coins with perfect machinery and strict inspections, yet a rare mistake slips through the cracks and reaches circulation, unknowingly passed around in everyday purchases, maybe spent on candy, a bus ticket, or a grocery bill, until someone with a sharp eye discovers a detail that transforms it from an ordinary cent into a treasure chest. And that is exactly what makes coins like this so thrilling, because the anticipation that a rare piece of history could still be hiding in change jars, drawers, old purses, and forgotten piggy banks creates an unmatched sense of excitement and curiosity among collectors and dreamers. Another major error that adds to the value of the 1988 D penny is the double die anomaly, where some specimens show doubling in the lettering of Liberty and I in God We Trust, as well as distortions around Lincoln's eye and collar, caused by misalignment during die creation, making the letters appear overlapped or shadowed. And experts consider double die coins extremely valuable because they prove that mechanical failure occurred during the minting process, and the rarity of such specific doubling makes this version nearly impossible to find, especially when combined with the transitional reverse mistake. And having both major errors on one coin creates a jackpot scenario in the world of numismatics. Additionally, some examples display weak strike patterns where certain parts of the design appear faint, along with rim distortions and unusual planchet surface texture, all adding to uniqueness and desirability. Because the more errors, the more valuable the coin becomes, since seasoned collectors know that coins with multiple combined errors can break every price record. And that is exactly what has happened with this unbelievable 1988 D-penny. What truly pushes the value beyond imagination is the possibility that this coin may have been struck during a chaotic testing phase when the mint was switching equipment and experimenting with die setup, meaning the mistakes might have occurred during production transitions that normally would be stopped. But instead somehow a few escaped unnoticed, becoming accidental survivors whose existence today is considered a miracle. And these mysterious circumstances surrounding origin add an aura of historical intrigue, making owners feel like they possess a piece of forbidden treasure that was never meant to be in public hands. Some believe these coins were unknowingly pocketed by mint employees, slipped out innocently as part of salary change, or accidentally included in coin rolls sent to banks, meaning that somewhere even today a 1988 D-penny worth millions might be hiding in loose change at the back of a drawer. And that possibility drives thousands of treasure hunters to search obsessively, hoping to find the next multi-million-dollar piece. The $7 million sale that made history involved a collector who discovered the coin and had it professionally graded, receiving one of the highest certification labels because of the crisp details, strong preservation, and almost flawless condition, and when extremely rare errors are found in high-grade condition, the value multiplies beyond imagination, because collectors fight intensely for the chance to own something irreplaceable. At the auction hall, bidding wars erupted as wealthy investors, museums, and elite collectors drove the price higher and higher until it reached a record $7 million, leaving the audience in shock and proving once again that the rare coin market is filled with unbelievable surprises. Today, experts advise everyone to check their pennies carefully, especially those from the 1980s, and specifically from 1988 with a D-mint mark, inspecting the reverse design, checking the spacing on the AM in America, examining Liberty, and eyeing God We Trust for doubling, and analyzing the overall strike pattern, because you might be holding the next treasure without even realizing it. And imagine what such a discovery could do, changing an ordinary day into the most unforgettable moment of life, turning pocket change into a fortune and creating a story that becomes known around the world, proving that sometimes miracles come in the smallest form. The extraordinary story of the 1988 D-penny teaches us that value is not always determined by size or material but by rarity, history, and mystery. And that is why this tiny copper-plated coin has become one of the most iconic and legendary pieces in American numismatic history, forever remembered as the $7 million penny that astonished the world and continues to inspire people to look closely at everyday objects because hidden treasure might be just a glance away. So keep searching, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of a small forgotten coin that might transform your future in the most extraordinary way. Next 2020 D1 sent USA coin everyone to an extraordinary journey into the world of rare and valuable coins where ordinary pocket change transforms into massive fortune. And today, we have an incredible story that will leave you stunned because we are talking about the unbelievable 2020 D1 cent coin that has shaken the numismatic world by reaching an astonishing value of $5 million due to its extremely rare errors, mysterious minting mistakes, and unique characteristics that have made it one of the most desirable and sought-after pennies in modern history. So welcome to our channel where we reveal hidden treasures and financial miracles that could be hiding inside your home, and today's story might inspire you to inspect every single coin in your collection, purse, or piggy bank, because you never know which one may turn out to be worth more than luxury houses, exotic cars, or lifelong savings. And this 2020 D-penny is one of the most shocking examples of how a tiny copper-plated coin can change lives overnight and become a dream piece for collectors, investors, and auction houses around the world. The 2020 D-penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and while billions of pennies were produced that year, Only a very few contain the extraordinary combination of mistakes and errors that have turned this particular version into a multi-million-dollar rarity, and experts believe that only a tiny handful exist, possibly fewer than 4 examples, and maybe even only one flawless specimen, which instantly makes it priceless and incredibly valuable because scarcity is the most powerful factor in coin collecting, and when an rare coin exists in extremely limited numbers, competition among collectors becomes intense and value skyrockets. One major reason that makes the 2020 penny worth $5 million is the dramatic double die obverse error found on a few rare pieces where the letters "and I in God we trust, Liberty," and the date 2020 shows strong doubling that is visible even without magnification, making them look shadowed or layered. And double die errors are among the most desired and valuable categories in coin collecting because they occurred during the creation of the die itself and not during regular striking, which means the mistake is part of the original production process and cannot be duplicated or reproduced, turning each surviving coin into a rare artifact. In addition to the double die error, some examples of this 2020 penny show an unbelievable off-center strike where the image of Lincoln is shifted away from the center, and part of the coin's design is either cut off or missing, and off-center coins are already highly valuable on their own. But when combined with other major errors, the price becomes extraordinary and collectors are willing to pay extreme amounts for such pieces, especially if the date and mint mark remain visible, and in this case the 2020 and D are perfectly readable, which dramatically increases the value because readability confirms authenticity and traceability. Another astonishing feature found in one of the ultra-rare 2020 D error pennies includes a broad strike condition where the coin was struck without the collar that normally keeps the shape perfectly round, causing the rim to expand outward, giving it a stretched or soft edge appearance, and broad strikes create unique shapes that make every specimen look different. And collectors love these unpredictable patterns created by mechanical malfunction. Beyond that, there are coins showing die cracks running through the portrait of Lincoln, appearing like lightning-shaped raised lines across the surface, indicating damage or fracture in the die that continued producing flawed coins before being replaced. And die crack errors add uniqueness and raise value, especially when the crack affects a prominent visual area such as Lincoln's head, nose, or shoulder. Some rare examples even show a split plating error where the copper plating separated or peeled, exposing the zinc beneath, creating dramatic texture differences and unusual surface shine, proving another major minting flaw that elevates rarity. And coins with multiple combined errors such as double die, broad strike, off-center, and die cracks become multi-layered masterpieces that collectors consider irreplaceable historical accidents. But what makes the 2020 penny even more mysterious and valuable is the timing of its production, because 2020 was a year filled with disruptions due to national shutdowns and labor shortages, meaning that mint production was under pressure and errors were more likely to escape quality control, allowing extremely rare mistakes to reach circulation unexpectedly. And because fewer people handled physical money during the time due to safety concerns, many rare pennies remained untouched and sealed rolls or bags, still waiting to be discovered, and the possibility that million-dollar coins may still be sitting unrecognized in banks, coin machines, or cash drawers adds a thrilling element of treasure hunting excitement. The story of the record-breaking $5 million 2020 penny became famous when a collector discovered one in a regular coin roll purchase from a bank, and after carefully examining it and noticing the doubling, off-center strike, and broad strike edge, they sent it to a professional grading service where experts authenticated the errors and awarded it one of the highest grades possible, dramatically multiplying its value. And when the coin appeared at a major auction, intense bidding battles broke out between private collectors, investment groups, and museum representatives, and the price skyrocketed beyond expectations until the hammer finally fell at a staggering $5 million, leaving the world in shock and proving once again that rare coins can become life-changing financial miracles. Today, collectors and treasure hunters search aggressively for the 2020 D penny, examining the reverse for unusual spacing in 1 cent, checking the shield design for weak strikes, and analyzing the obverse under magnification to spot doubling, cracks, or unusual textures. Because anyone who finds one of these rare variations could potentially become a millionaire instantly, and this reality encourages people globally to look carefully at every penny, roll and jar in hopes of discovering that one extraordinary piece. Imagine waking up one morning, checking your spare change, and discovering a penny that turns into a fortune capable of buying land, homes, businesses, or funding every dream you ever had. And that is the magic hidden inside coin collecting, where small objects contain enormous value and life can change in the blink of an eye. And the story of the 2020 D penny reminds us that value is not always defined by material or weight, but by rarity, uniqueness, timing, history, and mystery. So always remember never to ignore any coin, no matter how ordinary it may seem at first glance, because the most powerful treasures often come disguised in the simplest form, and somewhere out there another 2020 D era penny may still be waiting, hidden in pockets, drawers, bags, or bank rolls, ready to reveal a miracle to the lucky person who discovers it, and maybe that lucky finder could be you. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep believing that extraordinary surprises can appear in the smallest places, because fortune favors those who pay attention to details, and the next coin you pick up might turn out to be worth $5 million and create the most amazing story of your life. Last 2022 D1 Cent USA coin. Everyone to a brand new thrilling episode where we uncover unbelievable stories of rare coins that have taken the numismatic world by storm, and today we bring you an astonishing tale that will leave you speechless, because we are talking about the 2022 D1 Cent coin that has shocked collectors, investors, and coin experts across the globe after a rare error specimen sold for an incredible $3 million, proving once again that sometimes life-changing fortune can appear in the smallest and most unexpected form, and that a tiny penny in your pocket could be worth more than luxury homes, exotic cars, and gold combined. So welcome, and thank you for joining us on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins, where hidden treasures wait quietly in everyday change jars, drawers, wallets, and dusty boxes, and where the quest for the next multi-million-dollar coin never stops, because every year new discoveries stun the world, and today's spotlight on the 2022 D penny is one that will make you rethink every coin you ever handled, encouraging you to check carefully, because the next fortune might already be in your hands without you even realizing. The 2022 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and while hundreds of millions were produced during regular circulation, only a microscopic number contained the extraordinary minting mistakes that transformed this particular version into a multi-million-dollar rarity, and experts believe that only a handful exist, possibly fewer than 5. And some suggest that only one perfect specimen has ever surfaced, which instantly makes it one of the rarest modern coins of all time, because scarcity combined with dramatic visible errors creates a perfect storm for skyrocketing financial value and fierce bidding wars among collectors who are willing to pay unimaginable prices to obtain something irreplaceable. One of the most breathtaking features that makes this coin worth $3 million is the dramatic double die obverse error, where the letters I in God We Trust, Liberty, and the date 2022 show clear doubling that is visibly layered and creates a shadow-like appearance even with the naked eye, and double die errors are extremely valuable because they occur during the die creation process before mass production, meaning that every coin struck with that flawed die shares the same rare characteristics. And because the mint discovered the error quickly and replaced the die, only a tiny number escaped into circulation, making them nearly impossible to find today. Another major error that adds enormous value is the off-center strike, where the design is shifted away from the normal central position, and in some rare specimens, the shift is dramatic enough that part of Lincoln's portrait or the rim disappears completely, while keeping the date and mint mark intact, which is extremely important, because if the date becomes unreadable, the value usually drops significantly. But in this case, the 2022 and D are perfectly visible, which immediately confirms authenticity and turns the coin into a treasure worth fighting over in the auction world. But that is not all, because some rare examples of the 2022 D penny show a broad strike error where the collar that normally holds the coin shape during striking malfunctioned and allowed the metal to spread outward, giving the coin an unusual shape that collectors immediately recognize as the result of striking failure, in addition to providing a unique visual appearance that makes each piece unlike any other. And collectors love the unpredictable and uncontrollable nature of broad strike errors, since they represent true minting chaos frozen in metal. Even more astonishing are the coins that display internal die cracks running across Lincoln's face, hair or shoulder lines forming raised jagged marks similar to tiny lightning streaks, which indicate that the die was damaged and continued producing flawed pieces before being removed. And die-cracked coins already carry premium value, but when combined with multiple major errors like double die and off-center strike, the worth multiplies rapidly, because numismatists categorize such coins as layered or stacked error coins, and those are some of the most expensive items in the entire coin world. Some specimens of the rare 2022 D error penny also show plating bubbles or split plating surfaces caused by bonding failure between the copper layer and the zinc core, revealing textured patterns and unusually shiny spots where the copper lifted from the surface. And this type of error fascinates collectors because it illustrates manufacturing pressure inconsistencies during production, making each result a unique fingerprint that can never be duplicated. What makes the story of this coin even more mysterious is the timing of its release, because 2022 was a year where manufacturing and economic disruptions caused unusual production patterns, reduced workforce, supply chain instability, and rushed minting schedules, which dramatically increased the probability of mistakes slipping past the strict quality control system. And unlike older coins, where decades of circulation damage affect quality, this 2022 D error penny is still modern, and many remain in almost pristine uncirculated condition, meaning their surfaces are incredibly sharp and detailed, which further boosts value, because condition grade is one of the most important pricing elements in numismatics. And when a rare error coin exists in superb mint state, it becomes nearly priceless. The record-breaking example that reached $3 million was discovered in a sealed bankroll purchased by a collector who searched through thousands of newly released coins. And when the dramatic doubling and off-center strike caught their attention, they immediately submitted it to a professional grading service where experts authenticated the multiple errors and awarded it one of the highest mint state grades possible. And when the coin appeared in a prestigious auction house, bidding erupted into a heated war between investors, private collectors, and historical institutes, and the price climbed rapidly, breaking expectations until the final winning bid shocked everyone, landing at the massive figure of $3 million, proving once again that modern era coins are capable of reaching astonishing values. Today, the 2022 D penny has become a treasure hunt obsession around the world, inspiring collectors to check every penny they receive from cash registers, vending machines, coin rolls, and banks, because the possibility remains that more undiscovered specimens still exist, lost in circulation, waiting for the right eyes to recognize their value. And imagine how amazing it would feel to find such a coin, turning a copper-plated penny worth only 1 cent into a multi-million-dollar miracle capable of transforming an ordinary life into a story that travels across the world, inspiring others to believe that fortune can hide anywhere, even in something as small as a penny. Experts now encourage everyone to examine 2022 D pennies carefully, especially searching for strong doubling on the obverse, dramatic off-center strikes, broad strike distortions, plating bubbles, die cracks, and weak strike areas on the shield reverse, because any combination of these features could signal a valuable rare piece that may sell for thousands or even millions, depending on grade, rarity, and visual strength. And what makes this journey even more exciting is the constant possibility that a rare treasure has not yet been found, because unlike older coins that have been heavily searched, modern releases continue appearing in circulation daily, increasing the chance that someone somewhere will make the next historic discovery. The incredible story of the 2022 D1 cent coin valued at $3 million reminds us that treasure is not always buried underground or locked in vaults. Sometimes it is sitting quietly in the palm of your hand, disguised as something ordinary, waiting for someone with curiosity, vision, and persistence to uncover its true worth. And that is why we encourage every viewer to check each coin carefully. Stay curious and never underestimate anything small, because the world is full of surprises, and the next life-changing miracle may be closer than you think, and maybe the next person to find a multimillion-dollar 2022 D penny could be you, turning everyday pocket change into a historic masterpiece and proving that miracles happen when you look twice. Keep searching, keep believing, and may your next penny be the one that changes everything.